Welcome to the big house, Michigan Stadium. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline where she is keeping a close eye on some injury news that's unfolding.
Guys, catching up with the Rebels head coach, one of the things that coach is worried about today is that they will be without their starting quarterback. Got hurt in their game last week, and so today their backup is going to get his first action of the season. Coach told me they want to make things easy for him early. They've talked to the other teammates. Everybody do your job. Make sure he can get comfortable with everyone around him so he can make some plays for us down the stretch. Back to you guys.
We'll see how they react. The Rebels kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's Underwood to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Left side is Buchanan. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Finds his man. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Well, the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint. The Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one too, right? You think about the Big Ten running the football, defense, physical, and then Big 12 wide open, up-tempo, air raid offense. This one's going to be fun.
And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. Underwood. Rush right in his face. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure. The quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And the roar is reverberating throughout this stadium as the defense has them pinned deep. On the run, it's Edwards. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. In the backfield, it's Edwards. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long, you bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. You get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Great job by this defense. They started the drive with the offense backed up, in the shadow of their own end zone. Nice job being aggressive, keeping them there, and now they're going to have a chance to flip the field and really give their offense good field position.
He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Going with the counter play here. They were all over it.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Changing the routes with his receivers. Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Turns it upfield. They get him stopped at the 32. A solid pickup, but it will bring up a 4th down and decision time.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
And the Wolverines will go for it on 4th down. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Out wide left, it's Smith. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. Guys, let's take just a second and talk about Ole Miss. You start the season top 25, clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblock. Makes the catch and he's free. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a 1st down for this offense.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this. Great job getting the football near the line of scrimmage. Bam, break a tackle, make something happen, get 10-plus yards.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Edwards. Turning it on. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. That's reeled in. It's Cunningham. Stopped after making the catch.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass on 2nd down. intercepted to stop the threat. The offense starts in the shadow of its own end zone. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Right back to the well. Slips a tackle and he's got room. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Motion from the back. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Got it. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Still nothing on the board as we open up play here in the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. To the air, it's Underwood. Oh, he can't hang on. That one was nearly picked off. Instead, he'll force a fourth down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Maybe didn't have the defense they expected, and they'll call a timeout here on 4th and 1. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Wolverines. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
How oftentimes can you say that there is a safety who's the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
Coming out with it, it's Kane. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Looking for room. It's Edwards. They put the brakes on it.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
On third down, he drops to throw. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. And the Rebels will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Throwing, Underwood. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Making the adjustment on the play. Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
He gets a block. A huge return there, steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Fires left side, it's Smith. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and they love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Gets rid of it. Catch in the middle. It's Singleton. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And that's why this QB's speed is such an asset. He can use it to his advantage, buy himself time to make a nice throw down the field.
And the Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Gets the back moving. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Out wide right, it's Smith. Runs through a man, he might have some space. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up 1st and goal.
You can just see the command this guy has of the offense. He's been picking this defense apart, matriculating the ball down the field. He's now got him in the red zone, close to the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep letting him throw it.
The Rebels have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off this guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. Left side is Edwards. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
A short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referee's signal for the 2-minute timeout. Big play coming up right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. He'll be dropped.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
It is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
On the move from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's Underwood to throw. Moving out to the right. Trying to find his man in the middle. It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Rebels offense is back on the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Here comes the heat. It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all offseason to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And the extra point gives him a 3-point lead at 10-7. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Underwood. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And this is one of the things that makes this defense so tricky is they've got incredible speed at the inside linebacker position. Not only can they go sideline to sideline and run east-west, but they can run downhill on blitzes, and they can get to your quarterback.
From the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Steps his way to a little bit of a pickup. Not enough for the first down as the clock continues to move here late in the half.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Rides to the back. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And the Wolverines line up to punt it away. Not a lot of room to make this catch. No room to bring it back. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We begin with a look at SMU taking on the North Dakota State Bison. And it's the home squad in the throes of what is right now a major upset. It's early, I shouldn't get ahead of myself, but this team believes and they could just pull this off. Here now a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the Mountain West Conference.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
Ripped off a chunk on the opening play of this drive. Now it's first down from the 48. Fresh set of downs going up top. Out wide left, it's Edwards. At the 35, he's loose. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
Running the red zone, it's Edwards. Got enough space. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score.
Number 33, set to kick this one away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism. He showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
Swamped immediately.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Rush is on. Just gets rid of that one.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. conduct the last drive in the end zone, they'll try to follow suit here. They'll send the back in motion. DB's right up on the receivers. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
They'll need a bunch on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got it behind the line. It's Edwards. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Unloads it left. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
Man, you kind of wondered when were they going to cover this guy. He's been making catches ad nauseum. When was he going to get some special attention? Nice job by the defense. You could tell they were forcing the football there. Broke on the football, almost had the big play.
The Rebels will call on their punt team. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. So here comes the Michigan offense. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Throwing, Underwood. Finds his target. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Working that wide receiver screen. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Second and long here. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He's got it down the middle. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Bryce Underwood to the air again. Blasted as he lets it go. Got him downfield. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Man, he's spreading the ball all over the yard, man. A lot of times when you go to one guy, man, I can kind of shut them down, or I can run coverages to stop wide receivers. Now getting the tight end involved, using the whole field, really in a flow, in a rhythm. The passing game looking good.
Here's Underwood to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Now from inside the red zone. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And Man, you gotta love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
Long way to go on second down. Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest.
And they stop him there with a tackle for a loss. And how about the run defense in this football game? A lot of coaches, man, they talk about it. Coming into a game, first thing we have to do is stop the run. Both these defenses so far have been up for the challenge.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Turns up, it's Smith. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. From the gun, wants to pass. Under pressure. Just got rid of that one.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
That putt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. Gonna field this one in tight quarters. Makes a move. Makes the tackle. Really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. 1 final period to play. We'll see who can grab that W as we start the 4th. So 1st down will open up the final period. Hand it to the back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has...
It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of 1st downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
Underwood. Makes the grab. There he goes. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use.
First down here as we dive into the college football season. A week one clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Back to pass, it's Underwood. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
Man, we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Lined up in the gun on third down, Underwood. And he avoids the sack.
And after that incompletion on third and long, because of where they are in the field and because they have a narrow lead, you'd expect this team to just go ahead, kick the field goal, and take the points.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he got it! Tie ball game here in the fourth.
And that's why this kid is so automatic. You set him up anywhere on the field, and he puts it right down the pipe.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And as they say, it's a brand new ball game. That field goal tied it up, and now let's see if they can put together a winning drive. Stopped right there.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Keep it on the ground. Run ends there.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to get the first through the air. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense. The ball falls in.
A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on fourth down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, it in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
From the gun, the ground game.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Sends it back in motion. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done then.
Underwood in the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Wolverines! They've got the lead here in the 4th. For some guys, that play would be tough. It might be complicated. It might be impossible. For these guys, just another day of playing catch.
Find that guy, right? If something goes wrong, if I get confused, if I don't know where to go, my guy out there, that dude's really, really good. So if he's running a fade, whatever he's running, I'm going to throw him the football. If I don't have a clue what I'm doing, that guy's getting it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Rebels offense is back on the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that.
Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Rebels. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. The extra point here would tie the game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
A nice luxury for this offense to be in right now. They don't have to be in so much of a hurry. They can still run the football, be successful. Great chance right here knocking on the door to take the lead.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That one can really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. And the Wolverines peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Quick give. Enough to move the chains. At the 35, he's got room. He now has 106 yards rushing, and he goes over the century mark in this season opener.
Well, running the ball there and getting the first down is big. You've got 3 timeouts, and this might be a place where you want to just use one here. Catch your breath and get your plan of attack going.
Quarterback will keep it. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Now we got a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Throwing, Underwood. Fires to the tight end. Ole Miss calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal.
And man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Ole Miss calls its third and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run him again. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And that's what you told your running back. Hey, we're running the football up the middle. Put two hands on the football. Make sure you don't lose it. Square it up. Let's try to let this clock tick down as much as possible. And you're in an opportunity where you can kick the walk-off game-winning field goal.
Underwood from the gun on third down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Timeout is called with just a single second left. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He's got it! And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. What a show both of these teams put on today. Up about